Gossip. Today, guys, I want to talk to you guys about awareness, being aware of your surroundings. Now, day to day, we are more aware of what we're about to do next or what we currently doing. You know, um, and we focus on that. And that's where our awareness stops for some of us. Some of us are aware of additional things. And I say additional, not that this particular thing that I'm about to talk about is something that's common to all of us. So there's an additional, the extra, should I say, because some are aware the extra. So awareness begins with day to day. And what's the next move? Always. And for some, the next move is just what they about to watch next on TV. It's sad, but it's true. So some are aware of the school, the religion, the job, the bills, the IRS, the police, court system. That is the typical awareness, I think. I may be leaving something out, but that is the typical awareness level of most people. In those different awarenesses, there are levels. There's always levels. There's levels of awareness. And because there are levels of awareness, that gives you the ability to go deeper or to graduate in levels. When thinking about these different levels of awareness, which some care, some don't, you know what I'm saying? Some people are just fine with the level of awareness that they have. They don't want to know nothing else. And I can easily say that because everybody has tried to tell everybody something, and everybody or nobody out of everybody didn't listen. So we have a level of awareness. I think a lot of the people that are about to come online, because right now you're off grid. I think the people that are about to come online are about to finally be forced to open up to a new level, see things on a whole nother level from which they have saw it before. Not that it wasn't there, they just was comfortable at the level that they're at, and they're about to be forced to go into a whole new level or to see things on a whole new level. So how do I know that? Well, anytime something is pushed upon you on a mass scale, it is forcing you to go to another level. So we're all going to another level. And quite frankly, we need to begin to act like it. A lot of us still think that shit is gonna go back to normal, and it never will. It never will. How do I know that? Because I'm on a deeper level. A lot of us are hoping that things change or go back to normal. But that's not gonna happen. Too much has been seen. Too many systems have been tried. There has been too many successes the way things are. So why go back? A lot of people are happy being at home with their children every day, still working their job. Granted that there are some people at home that wishing they had a job, trying to get away from them kids or that wife or husband. But in saying that, I hope that we're learning how to get along and love each other on a whole new level. See, you ain't got a job in the way, so now you can focus if that's what you choose to do. So back to the levels and the awareness. So we are aware of the essentials, which I hate to put it that way because some of them are not essential, but we are aware of the essentials. Again, that's education, job, bills, IRS, police system, court system, whatever, religion. Those are the essentials. We are aware of that, to the extent that we choose to be aware. And quite frankly, a lot of our awareness stops at certain levels because we can only see ourselves at a certain level. See, you can only see as far as you are. It's the projection. You project the image. You project yourself somewhere else, and that's where you'll be. So, what am I really saying? The level of awareness is much bigger than what you think, but I'm sure you already know. My level of awareness is this, just to give you an idea of my mind. My level of awareness is of the world. And what do I mean by that? Well, most people awareness goes by what they're surrounded, or what they're surrounded by, in other words. So if you're surrounded by cops, guess what? And I ain't talking about it being in handcuffs and shit like that. I'm talking about like if your family members cops, your level of awareness of the law will be greater than a person that don't have cops in their family. Right? So if you're surrounded by a person with a master's degree, right? Your mom and dad, your level of education will be much greater than somebody whose parent just graduated high school, right? If somebody in your household drove, let's say, a Lamborghini, right, or a Ferrari, your level of financial or economics will be much greater than somebody whose parent drives a Toyota. So to go back to my level of awareness. So my level of awareness is of the world. Why? Because I'm in the world. If, or should I say, whenever we choose to I could say focus on, you know what I'm saying, and that would whatever you choose to focus on will give you or will graduate you to a certain level depending on your focus. I'm trying to figure out how to twist this in because I already know why I decided to do this show, but I'm trying to figure out how to link it together or to give you the picture that I'm really trying to show you. I'm going to just give you the picture that I'm really trying to show you. But think about what I just told you. Let's say it like this. Let's just look in front of us, right? Just literally, whether you're sitting, standing, you know what I'm saying, hopefully not driving. Let's just look in front of us. You can do one or two things when you look in front of you. You can focus or you cannot focus. When you focus, you're seeing an object because focus is usually directed towards an object, right? So you're focused and you see that object. You can tell me everything about that object because you focused on it, right? You can tell me everything, the color, shape, what it is, how big it is, all that, because you focused on it. And so by your being focused and looking out in front of you, you don't see or you're blinded by a lot of the things that's also in front of you that you don't see. But you don't see them because you're focused on one thing. The moment you stop focusing and just look out in front of you, you see a variety of things from the left of you to the right of you. And when you're just looking, you can see a multitude of things that you can also describe. You can't describe it all vividly, but you see it. So, why did I bring up the way my level of awareness? Because of what I just said. To focus on nothing is to see all. Why is it important that you see all? Because you're surrounded by the all. You're not surrounded by the object that is in front of you. You're surrounded by the world. So your focus should be that big. What you guys are going to experience, those of you that have not came online, is your focus is being broadened right now. They're making you take the focus off yourself. and focus on the world. Why are they doing that? Because they're trying to get you to see a bigger picture. It's not just about you, in case you didn't know that. Why is it not just about you? Because you live in a world that is totally strange. You don't know nothing about the place that you're at all. All you know about is what's at your job, what they taught you in that school, and what you do in your house. They let you focus on that for a long time, but now they're trying to direct your focus. Why do you think that is? See, for thousands of years, people have been led because why? People rather be followers. They'll rather somebody tell them what to do. They'll rather somebody else make the decision so they have somebody to blame. Your attention is being broadened because we're going into a global world where it's no longer just about you and your town, or you in your city, or you in your state, or you in these states. It's going to the world. And things going to this world, a lot of things are going to have to change. And a lot of things have changed. It's all about how you see it. It really is. And they would like you to see it a certain way. The same way that they always showed it. Fear. Right? Because that's the way. Because what we do know is that they lead the masses. Now, to go back to me and the level of awareness I'm on. Now, I know that I live in the world. So I don't focus on one thing. I try to see what's surrounding me. So therefore, I have to raise my level of awareness on everything that I see. If I see a tree and grass there, then I need to learn about trees and grass. Or maybe not trees and grass per se, but learn about the herbs, learn about the medicines that were put here on earth. If I see a health issue going on with me or somebody that I love, right? I broaden my awareness. Because I would like to help my loved one if I can. Why? Because I see the doctors ain't doing shit but treating them. They ain't trying to help them. They're just making money. So I know that if my family member gonna get any real help, it's gonna come from me. Now I can't say I can perform surgery and do heart transplants and all that type of stuff, but I'm talking about that which is I can't even put it because the way everything is now, everything kill you. But if it's something that I can help with, I help with. I just put it that way. And so, I mean, we see that they killing us. They ain't cured nothing since polio. They stopped curing long time ago. They seen there wasn't no money in it. A long time ago, I've gone to jail. So guess what? I broadened my whole awareness in studying the law. So that I would know how to maneuver. Because it's important that if you dealing with the law, you got to know how to deal with the law. You got to know who you fucking with. Real talk. That's like knowing the person standing beside you. If you don't know who you dealing with, you could get got. Because trust me, there's a crook everywhere. With the prettiest smile, the best looking suit, and the best talk game ever. And I've seen that fighting was important sometime. So I broadened my awareness with fighting. We have been conditioned to look at this physical matter and neglect the fact that there's way more existing than what we see. Would you know that people was trying to go out of space if it wasn't for NASA? I mean, if NASA didn't exist, would you know that scientists was really trying to go in outer space? No, you wouldn't. But that don't mean it still wouldn't be happening. If you didn't go to biology class when you was in grade school and learned that bacteria exists, would you know that it existed? No, because you can't see it. So what's my point? My point is that there's a lot going on that you don't see, but it affects you. And that's why you need to be aware. It is more than just that object that you're focused on that affects you. Regardless of if you know it or not. Because it doesn't take you knowing it for it to affect you. This ain't hoodoo. This ain't no magic. This real magic. This is understanding life and how shit works. The yin and the yang, the consciousness, the awareness, the spirituality, the God man, the ascending. You must recognize what you don't recognize. That is how you raise the level of awareness. You must begin to see that in which you do not see, because you know that it exists. Got in some martial art classes to broaden my awareness because I seen that it was essential as a child. I'm like, okay, we do this shit, and I liked it. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, let's get better at it. I seen that science was deeper than what I ever imagined, and it has so many branches to it. So I began to broaden my awareness in that. And so I studied what science is right, and what they talking about. I read up on it so that I could be aware of that. Why am I looking into all of these things? Because these are all the things that I'm surrounded by. Because I'm not focused on the object. I'm focused on the world because I'm surrounded by the world. I'm not surrounded by an object. And time doesn't exist because it has no opposite. Real things have opposites. Artificial intelligence don't. Time is artificial intelligence. Bet you didn't know that. And everybody scared of AI. AI been here. Been worked on you like magic. Killing you. So, to go back to the beginning, these people that are about to come online, they are going to begin to see what haven't been seen by them. And that's going to wake them up. Just like you got all this human trafficking stuff going on right now. It's been going on, regardless if you knew it or not. Now it's becoming known. It's being talked about more and more and more. I could say some theology. From darkness come to light. That's what time we in. For those who are only focused on the object. Your awareness is becoming greater because they're forcing it upon you. It's not being done by your will, because if it was up to you, you would just continue on with what you've been continuing with. But it's no longer time for that. They're trying to show you that we're shifting the world. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Well, that's a whole nother discussion. What's important right now is for you to come online. But everything has its good points and has its bad points. Because nothing is one-sided except time, which doesn't exist. We are going to have to become more aware of that which is around us. And it's imperative. And they're showing you that it's imperative because of where we're headed. Because it can be a lot of stuff going on. And you need to know, because it's time for you to know in order to move on. That's why everything comes in levels. In order to graduate, you must have a certain level of information. It's important, or you can't graduate. Don't, to go back to this, is how they control your graduation, because they're doing multitude of things all at one time, which is a long pod, which this might be long here. They're bringing your level of awareness up, but as well as bringing your level of awareness up, you're being shoved, as always, fear down your throat. They feed it to you like baby food, because they want you to eat it up. Fear is a vibration. It's a sense. Go back to my pod on fear and the vaccine. They feeding it to you like baby food because they want you to get full off of it. To not go into a long story, but they need the energy. Who is they? Well, hell, I don't know. I ain't never seen them. But I know they exist. At this time, when they're bringing your level of awareness up, there is a option that you have. And the only true option that you have, because the essentials gonna be there. The education, which that's going up. The job, that's going up. The law, that's going up. The level of awareness, all of that's going up. Bills, that's going up. Religion, the level of awareness of that's going up. The essentials are going up in awareness. So the only two options that are staying the same, as far as the level of awareness, and I could be wrong because the level of fear could be going up, but you have a choice. You have a choice to be fearful. And you have a choice to not be fearful. For a matter of fact, you have a choice in all these levels of awareness that they're bringing about. The thing is if you don't rise, will you survive? Because if things changing and you choose to stay the same, doesn't that call for extinction? As time go, you go. When the seasons change, don't the trees change? They get butt naked in the winter and put clothes on in the summer. Ain't that something? They change. Why? Because of the intelligence that's there. The level of awareness. So your seasons are changing. Things are not like they've been for the past 100 years. Shit has really changed. And because things have changed, you cannot try to hold on to the same mentality. It will bring forth your extinction. And if you know somebody that's not trying to raise their level of awareness, talk to them. It's important. that they get what is going on and not try to hide from it or ignore it. They have done a great thing, but it's still up to you to take the advantage of it. They have sought everybody at home, and they like, oh, unemployment is at a whole new high. 5 million some people got unemployed in 1 week. They talk like it's just the worst thing to ever happen. In a way that it is. In a way it's not. Why would they do this? Well, corona. Well, maybe not. Yeah, because we had a lot of damn diseases. What if shit's really finna change? Have we not thought about it? Like, shit has really changed. About to change and have changed. A lot of it. See, I could talk about they sent you home because of corona and they don't want you to get sick and die and shove all that fear down your throat. That's really not my style. I'm more of the uplifting type, the give you a vision type, the let's go somewhere type. So I'm going to go it this way so that you can get your priorities straight. Begin to see the world in a different light. Begin to see what's really important. Because as the earth is changing, they're trying to give you the opportunity to change with it. But it's your choice. You can stay focused on wanting to go back to the norm. Or you can look forward to what's about to come. It's your choice. I'm telling you, it would be wise to open up your level of awareness so that you can see where things are going. Because if you still looking back at the past and not seeing tomorrow, something is going to miss you, or you going to drive into a brick wall because you looking backwards. That brick wall you might drive into is your extinction. Because you too busy looking for shit to go back to the way it was and not looking at the way things are changing. People be like, well, we done had the the Ebola and H1N1 and all that shit. But they ain't never did this. That's the difference. They ain't never did this. This is major. And I know a lot of you know it's major. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But it's really on a whole nother level. A whole new scale. Way more major than what you are willing to give it credit for. They got many of you focused on, jobs or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I know it's important. That's why they sending out stimulus money and stuff like that so you can pay your bills. Those of you that's not working. And those of you that are, you know what I'm saying, they got your attention too. I've tweeted that the mentioning the stars because the stars are important. The stars have always told the stories. Always. You know, it's always. You can go back past Egypt and the stars told the stories. The stars still tell the stories. Ask your astrologist or astrologer. Ask the government. I mean, just because you not aware don't mean they ain't. And I'm talking about the people that study the stars. Things are not going to be the same because the stars said so. Well, you want to know how important is the stars. Okay, I get it. Well, the stars are so important that they named your days of the week after. And somebody probably be like, well, the days of the week are named after planets. I know. Planets look like stars from the ground. The stars are so important that they use the stars to write that Holy Bible. The disciples. 12 stars, 12 disciples. 13 was the number of man. The 13th star is the completion. Or the 13th disciple was the completion. Or Jesus was the completion. Of what? The circle. You got the circle with the dot in the middle. I ain't gonna go into what that means because that's a whole nother episode. But the stars were important because of what the stars are saying, based off the alignments and the cycles coming. You know what I'm saying? Based off the stars. The stars tell you that shit ain't gonna be the same no more. But without looking at the stars or studying the stars, your level of awareness should be the world. Just looking around you, you should know things will never be the same no more. And I'm sure a lot of you do see that. But I know there are some that's waiting for things to, it should be back to normal in a few weeks. No, it ain't. And if it do, I guarantee you some major shit gonna happen soon. And just to go on and throw it out there, this May could be your May Day. Because things come back around. You had a Mayday before, you could have a Mayday now. Why do I say you could have a Mayday now? Because look at the condition we in. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but prepare yourself. Remain calm, because I told you. The only way you should be frantic is because you didn't do nothing. Prepare yourself. Even if you just prepare yourself mentally. That's a start. That's better than those that didn't even have an idea. I don't want to keep you guys too long. So I'm going to wrap this episode up because I feel like I'm just starting to repeat myself, but maybe not. I'm trying not to go into too much stuff that would require me to be on here for another hour or whatever. So begin to stop focusing on the object in front of you and begin to just look in front of you and recognize that what surrounds you. Begin to see yourself in the world and not just in your car. or just in your house, or just at your job, or just at your school. Begin to see yourself for where you really are. You're in the world, and your focus should be that way. Your focus should be that I'm in the world, or I am of the world, because this is where I am. I hope that with this episode, you guys, you know what I'm saying, begin to let's just broaden our horizon. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be vital, and choices are gonna have to be made. I hope later than sooner, but I fear it's gonna be sooner than later. Um, I love you guys. You know what I'm saying? Please support the station. You know what I'm saying? Keep me focused. I got a lot of stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you if you guys gave me some messages sometime, you know what I'm saying? And hit me up just if you want to join the show, holler at me. If you got something to talk about, you know what I'm saying, let me know. And let's do a show. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. There's no subject too big, too small, too stupid. You know what I'm saying? If it's stupid, I take the serious approach. So I can talk about anything. And you know, let's raise our level of awareness, and you guys begin to share the pod. Let people know what what you listen to. I think it's important if you think it's worth sharing. Cause you know what I'm saying, I ain't nobody. You know, that's why I appreciate you guys for listening. All right, so that's gonna wrap up this episode of Gossip. Thank you guys, love you, and you guys have a good day.